emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome, Brainiacs, and a very good fall morning to you this beautiful October Friday. We've got so much happening at the store this week. I'm very happy to be able to bring you not only this presentation, but all the stuff that we got happening this week. It's going to get thrown all into the mix. My name is Dan Merritt. I am co-owner of Green Brain Comics. Every week, we have one last chance to modify our final order numbers on the comics and graphic novels that are about to go to print, and we'll start shipping in about 3 to 4 weeks. In this video, we will spotlight some of the titles from this list of upcoming books so you can secure your copies before our final order deadline. Last Call is, Last Call is broadcast live from Studio G, version 5.0 in East Downtown Dearborn. Welcome to Last Call Live. Oops. That didn't work. Boo. Oh, it's Godzilla. I had everything figured out so nice. Let's try this. Oh, this will work perfect. Green Brain Comics and Last Call Live are powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Mobile apps available for iPhone and Android. Subscribe to series, pre-order variants, special order from dozens of publishers, secure online payment, and arrange in-store pickup or shipping options are available. Never miss an issue with comichub.com. We will be using Comichub today to show you... let me get back there. Yeah, we will be using Comichub today to show you items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. I wonder if I could do that. Okay, let's try this. So this is the opening page of Comichub. Once you sign in, you get confronted with these two options. You can look at your assigned items, that is anything that you have on hold that has been assigned to your account, and you can manage those, pay for those asides through that option. And to the right, the nice green banner there, you have Shop Coming Soon. This is the things that we will be looking at today. Once we get into Shop Coming Soon, you'll notice these carousels that roll left to right. And each of these carousels has a different theme. The top one is your current search. That is everything from the most recent catalogs, the live catalogs, of which October catalog is now live. And you can open that with a View All to see it full page. Below that carousel, we have preview pages for some upcoming books, some of which we will be looking at today. Those are several pages in PDF format for those books. The next carousel is the Last Call for FOC. This is again left to right, or you can open it up in View All, which we'll do in just a moment, but I just want to show you this last carousel on the bottom is next Wednesday's items. This is everything on the invoices that are expected to release and be new on the shelf Wednesday, October 11th here at Green Brain Comics. Okay, let's get back up to the Last Call carousel and open that up. You'll notice at the top we have filters for publisher, category, brand, genre, etc. And we also have alphabet filters for alphabetical listings of any of these titles. You can go right to every title that starts with M if that's what you're interested in. Okay, and before we go too far, I just want to, oh yeah, maybe I should shut that off. I just want to say that this week's presentation is going to be a little bit different because we've got so many number ones on this list that we want to tell you about, but it's essentially going to crowd out all the other items on the list. So I will do my best to move quickly as possible through this list of exciting new series that are coming up and orderable on the Last Call carousel all the way up until this Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m. So yes, let's go to first thing that we're going to look at is, well, last call for first issues is sponsored this week by Brain Candy. Brain Candy is a free event featuring a musician, a prose writer, a poet writer, and a poem writer, and a visual artist. This month, Monday, October 16th, it's from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This month's featured artists are Matt Demitz on guitar, the prose of Sharon Emery, the poetry of Stacy Knoll, and the visual art of Becca Goodman. That all happens here Monday night, October 16th at Green Brain Comics, and is brought to you, co-produced by the Emerging Writers Network. Find out more about Brain Candy on our Facebook page, and there's a link in the description for more information. Okay, first thing that I want to show you today, we're going to start out small. Small press books I want to give a little bit of extra attention to, especially the ones that only have one cover. Hooray for one cover books. Okay, from Ahoy Comics this week, we have Captain Ginger, The Last Feeder. What do I do there? Did I do that? Yes. Back for a 2-issue anniversary special, the wonderfully entertaining series combining all the tropes and trappings of serious sci-fi with the ridiculousness of cats being cats. It is truly ridiculous, with beautiful art by comic veteran June Brigman and Roy Richardson. Yeah, that's cool. Written by Stuart Moore, with this cover by June Brigman, Captain Ginger, The Last Feeder, 1 of 2. Serious sci-fi with silly cats. And from AWA, we get a new series this week from writer Sarah Cho. This is a futuristic erotic thriller with art by Priscilla Petrates, and this beautiful cover by Jeff Deckel. Get ready for a red-hot, futuristic, erotic thriller that sits at the intersection of sex and tech by exciting new writer Sarah Cho and artist Priscilla Petrates. Lucy is an AI sex worker in a futuristic red light district, and Lacey knows exactly what her clients want better than they know it themselves. Housed in a, well, right then. Housed in a high-tech brothel under the watchful eye of the mysterious Mr., Lacey has little in her manufactured life besides work. All that changes when she befriends Natalie, an orphan child who comes into her care. Now Lacey and Natalie are on a mission to escape the red light district, only to find themselves flung headlong into the mystery behind Lacey's creation. From writer Sarah Cho, Priscilla Petrates, Red Light #1 with this Jeff Deckel cover. We got a B cover by Frank Cho, Relation, maybe. And a erotic film homage variant by interior artist Priscilla Petrates. Then we get this sexy, maybe bagged, I hope it's bagged. We get this sexy cover for local Comic Shop Day. It is an exclusive for Comic Shop Day, a polybag sexy variant cover of AWA's new sci-fi erotic thriller, limited to just 500 copies. The retail price on these will be set at $10, and you know, this will be part of the local Comic Shop Day selection, though we're not necessarily going to be a local Comic Shop Day supporting store. It's one of those things. Thanks for understanding. But you can order it, and there's the cool thing, is we don't have to support the event. We can offer the product anyways. Next up from Boom Studios, The Space Between, from writer Karina Bechko and artist Danny Luckert. Let's see. Aboard the interstellar ark known as the Dodona, the populations of workers live in strictly separated social castes during the journey that will take multiple generations to complete. But everything changes when a pilot from the upper tier named Revla falls to the lower levels and meets Les, and they must risk everything for not just themselves, but all aboard the Dodona. Each issue in the limited series features a new pair of protagonists and a new generation of humanity in a sci-fi epic of love, survival, and liberation from Hugo and Eisner Award nominated and New York Times best-selling writer Karina Bechko and acclaimed artist Danny Luckert. The Space Between #1, featuring this Danny Luckert cover on A and this very nice Ariel Olivetti cover on B. From Boom Studios, Space Between. Get your orders in before Sunday at 5. Oh, hey, before I go on to the next one, just want to say hey to Yang Maven. Thanks for watching. Woohoo. Indeed, we are live. Thanks for joining us. Okay, from Comics Experience. Is that okay? Yeah, that'll work. From Comics Experience, Tuskers #1, written by Mark Gaffin and Javier Barrios. When a merciless poaching militia threatens a herd of African elephants, a group of wildlife conservationists must risk their own lives to guide these elephants through the perilous 1,000-mile journey to the safety of an animal sanctuary. Written by Mark Gaffin and Javier Barrios, with breathtaking art by Daniel Govar, who did this A cover. This is a very nice cover. Wow. We got a B cover, also by Daniel Govar, and that is from Comics Experience. Will be available, let's see, release date on that is December 27th. And that it will be 52 pages for $7.99. Tuskers #1. Okay. Before we move on to the next set of publishers, just want to point out that this section is sponsored by the Spine-Tingling Spider-Man signing with Saladin Ahmed right here at Green Brain Comics on Wednesday, October 18th. Saladin's going to be in for a special midday signing from 12 to 2 p.m. to celebrate the release of Spine-Tingling Spider-Man #1. He will also be happy to sign copies of his other new books, several of which just shipped. Daredevil #1, we'll have copies of those in stock. We got Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's got a omnibus, and we've got volumes of that. Terror War, one of my favorite sci-fi series with art by Dave Acosta, and the brand new Abbott 1979, which is due to ship, no, just shipped this week. That's right. Abbott 1979 is one of the featured books for the signing, the spine-tingling Spider-Man signing with Saladin Ahmed, right here at Green Brain Comics on Wednesday, October 18th from 12 to 2. Okay, right back into the mix. Savage Red Sonja from Dynamite Entertainment debuts on November 1st from writer Dan Panosian with interior art by Alessio Patillo. This A cover is, of course, beautiful art from Dan Panosian himself. Prepare yourself for the savagery that only Red Sonja can deliver in this brand new series. It harkens back to the classic era of Red Sonja's, or of Robert E. Howard's original pulp tales of swords and sorcery. Tasked with retrieving a long-hidden gem from a crumbled ancient kingdom, the she-devil with a sword is traveling alone through a dangerous wasteland when fate intervenes and her solo adventure is sidetracked by a wayward prince and his bride as they try desperately to escape from fearsome desert bandits, only to be attacked by a monstrous beast from beneath the sands. Don't miss out on this fast-paced tale of mystery, suspense, and the supernatural, written by superstar Dan Panosian and illustrated by Alessio Patillo. You got this Dan Panosian cover. You got this B cover by Frank Cho. And another beautiful cover by Arthur Adams. She's looking right at me. Savage Red Sonja #1 from Dynamite Entertainment. Ships on November 1st. Get your orders in. Okay, next up, we have the new series debut from Distillery by Becky Cloonan and Tula Lote, both writing and drawing a creator-owned project together for the first time, set amidst the terrifying backdrop of the witch hunts in the quiet 1600s English village. Somna follows one woman's descent into an erotic escape from the confines of her puritanical world. Ingrid is unhappily married to Roland, the town's bailiff and chief witch hunter, who is on a single-minded quest to purge the heretics in their midst. After a prominent town leader is found murdered, accusations fly. No one is above reproach from Roland's deadly crusade. From Becky Cloonan, who did this A cover, and Tula Lote, who did this very provocative B cover, and from publisher Distillery, shipping on November 22nd with a cover price of $8.99, 48 pages. Ooh, I think this is going to be wraparound covers. Pretty sure it's going to be wraparound because of the spine there. Somna #1 from Distillery. And from Oni Press, we get a book that I'm looking forward to here. The Faceless and the Family from artist Matt Lesniewski. This is a brand new fantasy sci-fi series from Oni Press, from the magnificently distorted imagination of Eisner Award nominated cartoonist Matt Lesniewski. Comes a new milestone in comic book storytelling that must be seen to be believed. Faceless and the Family on the broken and warped world known as the Hand Planet. The wanderer, simply called Faceless, ekes out existence on the margins to escape the shame that cost him his name and his identity. Exiled for his crimes, Faceless now calls the wastelands his home until the good fortune of fate delivers him a mismatched band of fellow travelers who will soon become family if they can survive a suicidal mission into the Hand Planet's class-segregated finger cities to restore what lies beneath. Faceless's helmet, and with it his hope in humanity. Wow, sorry I tortured that solicit all the way through there. Beautiful art by Matt Lesniewski. Look at that fantastic cover that he did. We got that cover. We got cover B by Matt Lesniewski. I'm sorry, by Juan Gideon. Might look better in full screen there. And the C cover from Dustin Weaver. Cool looking book from Oni Press, Faceless and the Family. From Opus Books, we get a new one-shot called Space Truckin'. This is written by Timothy Hendrick with art by Silvano Beltramo. We got this beautiful cover by Patrick Riley. Looks like good old heavy metal style sci-fi. Gori Ibarra is a smuggler fugitive and wanted in multiple timelines. Buckle up for interstellar thrills as the infamous bootlegger moves adrenochrome through Jupiter with bounty hunters closing in. Written by Timothy Hendrick with art by Silvano Beltramo and a cover by Patrick Riley from Opus Books. Space Truckin' #1 for the novel price of $6.66. And from Scout Comics, we get this new series called Catians, or Cations. I'll call it Catians. Written by Courtney Cameron with art by Lou Yi Bennett. Stray cat Felix leads a happy life, skimming milk from his human friend Rose's convenience store until the local protection racket turns violent. To save Rose's life, Felix breaks his vows and shares an ancient secret. Unfortunately, Rose uses her newfound knowledge to mix revenge and forbidden magic, unleashing a monstrous abomination that forces the mysterious Council of Cats to launch a global quest for the relics of the divine great cat. Featuring covers by Lou Yi Bennett on A, Paco Camalonga on B, and Hugo Petrus on C. Catians #1 from Scout Comics. And that does it. That does it for that section of our last call for #1 spotlight. This next section is sponsored by our Tuesday night stream, BrainScan. This Tuesday, October 11th, we will be live at 6:30 p.m. right here on YouTube to give you a live preview of the shelves all throughout the store as we prep for New Comic Book Day, October 11th. Next up, we'll get into some work from IDW Publishing. We got this new Dungeons and Dragons series called Fortune Finder. This is written by D&D longtime writer Jim Zub with art by Joe Jarreau and is covered by Max Dunbar. We get a Joe Jarreau cover on B, looks nice. And a C cover by George Cambatis. Oops, I'm sorry, that was just A and B on that one. That's the new series, Dungeons and Dragons Fortune Finder. Then we get a one-shot in the Saturday Morning Adventures. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a graphic novel of the Saturday Morning Adventures miniseries. This collects all of the 4 issues that they put out singly. And written by David M. Boer and Sam Maggs, with this cover by George Cambatis. That ships on November 7th with a cover price of $12.99. We get a new one-shot Godzilla Rivals. I included this in the #1 spotlight, even though it says #4. This is a series of one-shots. They're all #1s. I think you'll agree. Godzilla rivals Mechagodzilla. Is your city besieged by kaiju? Do you lie awake at night anxiously listening for the monster sirens? Have you had all you can take of giant lizards, moths, pterodactyls, and shrimp? Then call Tracer Tech today. Our state-of-the-art anti-kaiju technology has allowed dozens of cities around the world to fend off the threat of monster attacks. That's pretty awesome. Written by Mark Martinez with interior art by Mark Martinez, and this A cover also by Mark Martinez with a B cover by Rebecca Michaud. Mechagodzilla. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. This is awesome. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to it. It ships on... What date does it ship? November 15th. It'll be brand new on the shelf. Then we get a new series from IDW called Ministry of Compliance. This is written by Eisner Award nominated comic book writer John Ridley, who delivers a bold new vision of science fiction from the Ministry of Compliance. 37 years ago, Earth was secretly invaded by an alien force known as the Devolution, and they have been shaping the direction humanity has been going in ever since to prepare us to be assimilated into the Empire. The Devolution has 13 ministries, each responsible for manipulating a different aspect of human life. The Ministry of Compliance, the most feared of all the ministries, led by the fierce Abigail Senna, makes sure all the ministries stay in line and remain focused on the Devolution's mission. As it appears, the ministry's mission is on the verge of being completed, and Earth will be assimilated. Things begin to go terribly wrong, and a conspiracy among the ministries breaks out that Abigail must deal with head-on. The beginning of comics' new sci-fi epic in this oversized debut issue from John Ridley and acclaimed artist Stefano Raffaele from IDW Publishing. The Ministry of Compliance #1 drops on November 15th. Those are some nice covers. We got that, it's A by Stefano Raffaele, B from Ryan Sook, C cover by Tim Leong, and a D from Edwin Galman, Ministry of Compliance, #1. That does it for this part of the last call for first issues, which of course is brought to you by our brand new shirt. This, featuring the artwork of James Anderson, is now available on our Comic Hub store. You can look up Green Brain shirt. You'll find it pretty quick. It's a great shirt featuring the beautiful artwork of local artist James Anderson, the artist responsible for the web strip Ellie on Planet X, one of my faves. Check out that new shirt. All right, next up on Last Call for First Issues, we got a new series called The Blood Commandment. This is, well, first, I think let's do this. Let's go to a trailer first. We got a trailer for this. I guess showing you that trailer didn't quite happen the way I expected it to. I showed you our swell video for the upcoming Rose BOUSAMRA signing. Well, Wonder how I can get that to work. Let me figure this out. It'll only take a second. In the meantime, thanks for watching, Pierre. I appreciate you being there. Anybody else that's hanging out, being quiet? I think Katie's out there watching comments for me on Facebook. Thanks everybody for watching on Facebook. Well, I was glad I was able to make that work. Sorry, it was kind of clumsy there. Yeah, that's a trailer for this brand new series, Blood Commandment, from Simon Kodransky. Of course, the artist responsible for so many books, including the recent Something Epic and his long-running storyline in Spawn and Punisher. Simon Kodransky brings this 4-issue horror mini-series to Image Comics, and it serves us a story about survival, sacrifice, and hope. We got this I think all the covers are by Simon Kodransky, and they're all very reminiscent of horror movie posters. That's the A cover. A B cover, what is that, Lost Boys maybe? C cover, a redrawn variant, and the D cover, the Demon Head variant. These are all from Simon Kodransky, Blood Commandment #1. This will be available on November 1st with a cover price of $3.99. If you're interested in any of these variants, please do make sure you special order through Comichub, comichub.com. All right, next up, another new series from Dark Horse Comics. There's Katie. This called Count Crowley, Mediocre Midnight Monster Hunter. This is #1 of a brand new series from writer David Dastmalchian and artist Lucas Kettner. A dead werewolf would have made Jerry Bartman feel victorious just a few days ago. But this deceased beast has her friend, and our beloved monster hunter is shocked and depressed. But this deceased beast was her best friend. Okay. And our beloved monster hunter is shocked and depressed. The return of her predecessor brings no consolation. And now there's a ghoulish child snatcher on the loose in Beloit. Holy Halloween, Count Crowley. Things are really getting batty. The 3rd volume of the hit horror series Count Crowley from David Dastmalchian and Lucas Kettner, with this Lucas Kettner cover on A and a B cover by horror artist stalwart Francesco Francavilla. Count Crowley, Mediocre Midnight Hunter, ships on November 8th from Dark Horse Comics. And also from Dark Horse Comics, we get a new, I think this might be a one-shot that features some older material. But let's hit that description. Space Usagi, Death and Honor. As a general of the Shirahoshi clan's space fleet, It's Usagi's responsibility to keep the Lord and his family safe. Now tasked with the education and protection of the Lord's heir, Usagi must remain vigilant at all times to protect the heir from a murderous plot and an unexpected betrayal. The Rabbit Ronin's classic adventures in space, now in color. From Dark Horse Comics and writer Stan Sakai, with art by Emi Fuji and Stan Sakai, and this cover by Sweeney Boot. Oh, it didn't have a B cover? Oh, that was the... I think my cover might be after this one. Let me see here. Oh, there's the B cover. And that is by Agnes Garbowska, pardon me. Okay, I only got a couple minutes left. I gotta knock these out. So let me get back to my in-betweener here. Ooh. That section of our last call was brought to you by... Did I do that already? Oh, I sure did. All right. Yeah. Some more BrainScan. You saw it already. We'll be back on Tuesday. Okay. Now we're going to go into DC Comics. That's what happens when you reinvent things every week. Things get out of whack. Here we have Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom special. This is a one-shot from Ivan Rice, written by Tim Seeley, Joey Esposito, and Ethan Sachs, with art by Miguel Mendonca, Ray Anthony Height, and Scott Eaton. With this cover by Ivan Rice, discover the shocking events that connect the smash hit Aquaman movie to the eagerly awaited Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. How many covers does this thing have? Oh, it's got a few. Aquaman balances his duties as king and as a member of the Justice League, all while planning a wedding. Black Manta is on the hunt for Atlantean tech to help rebuild his armor, and Orm plots to escape his Atlantean prison. 3 action-packed tales crammed into a single special. We got this cover A by Ivan Rice, cover B by Jim Chung. We get a photo cover with Mr. Handsomeman and a C blank variant, blank cardstock variant. That's all from DC Comics. I think the A comes in at $6.99. All the other cardstock covers come in at $7.99. Hits the shelf on October 31st. And we got this one shot that acts as a end cap to the Gotham War. The Gotham War ends here. The final chapter of this epic crossover is here. It's here. And Batwoman and Batman and his family must find a way to overcome the endgame of an ancient enemy. Can the Bat and the Cat set their differences aside? Is this the end of the Bat family? Lives change forever in this action-packed conclusion. Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, Scorched Earth, from writers Chip Zdarsky and Tinny Howard, with art by Adriano Di Benedetto and Mike Hawthorne, with this A cover by Jorge Jimenez. A very fun B cover by Adam Hughes. Very sultry Kendrick Kunka Lim cover of Catwoman. And we get the foil variant. This comes in at $7.99. A very affordable foil cover from Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, Scorched Earth, the final chapter of the Gotham War. Here we have another one-shot. This is the Supergirl special, written by former Supergirl writer Mariko Tamaki, with art by Skylar Patridge. Girl interrupted. After joining the Superman family and their heroic efforts in Metropolis, Kara thought she should She had found her place in the world, but there's only one room in town for one Supergirl, and Power Girl's sudden reappearance has made her redundant. Her identity and role are both in question as she looks for answers. Will they lead her out of the city or out of this world? Find out as critically acclaimed writer Mariko Tamaki returns to the Maid of Might with the help of Skylar Patridge, who's done some work on Wonder Woman. We got this A cover by Jamal Campbell. A B, a very nice Frank Cho cover. And the C cover by new artist on the scene, Will Jack, who also has his art on the foil variant. This all will be available on the shelf October 31st from DC Comics. The A cover, let's get back to that. These prices matter. The A cover will be the only one on the shelf for us. That will be $5.99. The cardstock covers are $6.99. And the foil variant is $8.99. If you want any of these variants, please get your orders in through Comichub. Okay, that does it for DC Comics, which was brought to you by our big-time signing coming up tomorrow with Rose BOUSAMRA in conversation and signing their brand new Spanish edition of the Eisner Award-winning Frizzy graphic novel from First Second, and also celebrating the brand new Spanish edition entitled Rizos. This all happens tomorrow, October 7th from 1 to 3 p.m. It is free. We will have copies of both Frizzy and Rizos available for purchase, and I'm sure Rose would be happy to sign any of those copies. Very ambitious young person, this Rose BOUSAMRA. Is very, very nice to have them back in the store tomorrow. Okay, now right back into business. We're in the home run, or we're in the home stretch. That's right. Sports analogies. I'm great at them. 11:44. I can knock this out. We got some things from Marvel that I want to show you real quick. This brand new series, Daredevil Black Armor. It's another one of Marvel's retro miniseries, looking back to an interesting time or era in that character's history, going back to the 90s in this particular case for Daredevil the Black Armor. Written by veteran Daredevil writer and probably the guy that came up with this, D.G. Chichester, with art by Nitho Diaz, and this cover by Mark Bagley. We get a B cover by Gustavo Duarte that they call a Howard the Duck variant. I like, though it looks more like Daffy Duck. That's cool too. Get a C cover by Ken Lashley. And that all will be available on November 22nd with a cover price of $4.99. Daredevil Black Armor from D.G. Chichester and Nitho Diaz. Next up, we get a new mini-series. No, this is a one-shot. Yep, that's right. This is a one-shot. Featuring your favorite Deadpool. I need to build this up a little bit better. I don't... All right. This is kind of weird. Is this really all Rob Liefeld? All right. Deadpool 7 slaughters, 7 kills in 7 days. Welcome to a week in the life of Wade Wilson, the best mercenary Marvel's ever had. From facing off with rival killers to top-secret assassinations, Deadpool has a lot of work to do in this blood-soaked, oversized issue full of fan-favorite creators past and future. I think Rob Liefeld's just one of those, as is Greg Capullo's cover. It's just one of these beautiful covers from Deadpool 7 Slaughters. Uh-oh, I think my UPS guy might be here. Let me show you the next cover. Hey folks, I'm gonna be back in just a minute. All right, I'm back, folks. Our friendly neighborhood UPS driver just dropped off some books that I'll be unpacking in just a few moments. I appreciate your patience, as I appreciate my UPS guy. He's most excellent and awesome. As is this Deadpool 7 Slaughters, featuring a B cover by Elizabeth Torque and a phone call from somebody that doesn't realize I don't open until 12. Got the next cover supplied by none other than Frank Miller. Beautiful Deadpool 7 Slaughters Frank Miller cover. I got this very nice variant by Mr. Garson and a Ryan Brown variant. We got any other ones? Oh yeah, I think we do. Deadpool 7 Slaughters #1, the Sarah Pichelli variant. Okay, then we get the new series featuring everybody's favorite vigilante, the Punisher. Is this the return of Frank Castle or the start of something else? Frank Castle has disappeared, but evil will always need to be punished. With all new threats rising to claim innocent victims, criminals will need to beware of a dangerous vigilante hunting them from the shadows. Who is the new Punisher? What put him on his path of vengeance? And when the smoke clears, will he even make it out alive? It's John Wick meets The Fugitive in this action-packed new saga from Ringo Award-winning writer David Papos and Eisner and Harvey Award-nominated artist David Wachter, as the Marvel Universe meets the next generation of punishment, featuring this A cover by Rod Reese. Thanks, Justin. You rock. This B cover by Miko Soyen. We get a Moon Knight Knight's End variant by Phil Noto. And a Scotty Young variant, all for Punisher #1. Is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. All for Punisher #1, available on November 8th with a cover price of $5.99. Got that new Star Wars, The High Republic, that kicks off Phase 3. This is written by Cavan Scott with Ario Anedito on interiors and this A cover. Got a B cover by Annie Wu. Got a couple other covers that might show up in the system there from David Baldion and Miko Soyen. I'll keep an eye on that for you. And now we're down to the wire. We got the last two series to show off here. Thanos #1. Thanos versus the Illuminati. The mad Titan descends upon Earth to retrieve something he has lost, and the Illuminati must band together to stop him, because they're the ones who hid it from him. From writer Christopher Cantwell and artist Luco Pizzari. We got all kinds of swell variants. We got this A cover by Lionel Francis Yu. A B from different interior artist, David Wachter. He was an interior artist on another book. And let's see, we got this Kendrick Lim cover. That's very cool. A Phil Noto homage cover to Infinity Gauntlet. And finally, our last series to look at today from legend Marv Wolfman. We get this return to Tomb of Dracula and the character he co-created in this What If one-shot. The legendary Dracula transformed Blade the Vampire Slayer into a vampire? This also features interior art by David Cutler in this Giuseppe Camuncoli variant. And to wrap up this show in flashy style, we got this Art Germ variant for the What If Dark Tomb of Dracula #1 one-shot from Marvel Comics, available on November 8th with a cover price of $4.99. This just may be the cover that I get for the shelf, because dang. And I think that's it. That's it, folks. That's all she wrote. These are all the #1s. Of course, there's so many other things on FOC this week. As as my friend Pierre says, so many number ones. They just pushed everything else out. I might be back tomorrow morning for another part 2 for Last Call Live, just to show off all those graphic novels and special items and whatnots, books for kids, the mangas, all that stuff got pushed out by all these number ones. But you've, as my friends over at Cartoonist Kayfabe say, you got your marching orders. Got a lot of FOC to look at. Get out there and order them comics, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with me here. Let's see if I can do that. Nope. I should probably do that. Of course, welcome back tomorrow for our pal Rose BOUSAMRA, who's going to be back in to sign their new graphic novel. That's exciting. Last Call Live. That's us. Let me get back to the credits here. Thanks for joining us on Last Call Live. Broadcasting live from Studio G in Green Brain Comics, smack dab in the middle of beautiful East Downtown Dearborn. Last Call Live streams. Yeah, let's do that. Last Call Live streams most Fridays live at 11 o'clock. Is that when I start it? Sure. I should probably start it earlier if it's going to run this long. It'll be archived right here on YouTube. And hey, you can watch us now on Facebook. Hopefully that's all worked out. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On Twitter at GreenBrainCMX. All the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. And remember that we are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. See ya. Yeah, we're going to open the store in just a few minutes. It'll be a great time. Have a beautiful day.